Welcome to 1969, a year of immense change, of global upheaval, and of cultural revolution. From the euphoria of the moon landing to the turmoil of social and political unrest, we will witness a world in flux. Join me as we delve into the events of 1969, a year that continues to resonate in the tapestry of our time. On July 20, 1969, the world held its breath. Hundreds of millions watched as Neil Armstrong prepared to step onto the surface of the moon. His words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," echoed across the globe. The Apollo 11 mission marked a turning point in human history. It was a triumph of engineering and a source of inspiration for generations to come. For a brief time, the world seemed united in awe and wonder. The success of Apollo 11 ignited a passion for space exploration and a belief in the boundless possibilities of human ingenuity. In the summer of 1969, another extraordinary event unfolded in New York State. Over 500,000 people converged on a dairy farm for the Woodstock Music and Art Fair. Performers like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin provided the soundtrack to this unprecedented gathering. Despite torrential rain and lack of food, the spirit of Woodstock remained undeterred. The festival became a testament to the power of music to unite and inspire. Woodstock embodied the spirit of a generation yearning for change and searching for meaning. Though the mud dried and the music faded, the legacy of Woodstock endures, a reminder of the power of collective unity. While the world marveled at the moon landing, a conflict raged on in Vietnam. The Vietnam War had become a deeply divisive issue, sparking protests across the globe. In 1969, the anti-war movement reached its zenith. Millions took to the streets demanding an end to the bloodshed. The chants of "Give peace a chance" and "Stop the war" reverberated across the globe. Images of casualties filled television screens, bringing the horrors of war into living rooms. The year saw some of the largest anti-war demonstrations in history, including the moratorium to end the war in Vietnam. These protests helped shape public opinion and ultimately contributed to the eventual end of the conflict. In the early hours of June 28, 1969, police raided the Stonewall Inn, a gay bar in New York City's Greenwich Village. Instead of submitting to the raid, the bar's patrons fought back, sparking a riot that would last for 6 days. The Stonewall riots were a watershed moment in the fight for LGBTQ+ equality. They marked a collective refusal to tolerate oppression and a demand for equal rights. The riots brought the issue of LGBTQ+ discrimination to the forefront of public consciousness. They galvanized the gay rights movement, leading to the formation of numerous activist groups. Stonewall was a powerful reminder that change often arises from unexpected places. Even the most marginalized communities have the power to resist injustice and demand their rights. On a chilly January afternoon in 1969, the Beatles stepped onto the rooftop of their Apple Corps headquarters in London. They launched into an impromptu concert, their last public performance as a band. For 42 minutes, the music of the Beatles filled the air, drifting across the rooftops of London. Office workers stopped to listen, and a small crowd gathered on the street below. The performance was a fitting farewell for a band that had redefined musical boundaries. It was a raw and spontaneous display of their musical genius. The rooftop concert marked the end of an era not just for the Beatles but for a generation. Though the Beatles would disband later that year, their music continued to resonate, a testament to their enduring influence. In August of 1969, a shadow fell over the sun-drenched hills of California. The serene landscape, known for its beauty and tranquility, was about to be marred by an unimaginable horror. The brutal murders of actress Sharon Tate and 4 others sent shockwaves across the nation. The victims were mercilessly slain in what seemed like a senseless act of violence, leaving the public in a state of shock and disbelief. The mastermind behind these horrific acts was Charles Manson and his followers, known as the Manson family. Manson, a failed musician, had gathered a group of devoted followers who were willing to do his bidding without question. Manson had brainwashed his followers, convincing them they were soldiers in an apocalyptic race war. He used a twisted interpretation of the Beatles' song "Helter Skelter" to justify his plans, manipulating his followers' minds with promises of a new world order. The Manson family murders shattered the illusion of peace and love that had come to define the 1960s. The era, often romanticized for its counterculture and free-spirited lifestyle, was suddenly tainted by this gruesome reality. The crimes captivated the nation, not just for their brutality, but also for the bizarre motives behind them. People were horrified and fascinated by the twisted logic that drove Manson and his followers to commit such heinous acts. Manson's trial became a media sensation, further fueling public fascination with the case. The courtroom was packed with journalists and spectators, all eager to catch a glimpse of the man behind the madness. The Manson family murders remain a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of society. They serve as a stark contrast to the idealistic dreams of the 60s, revealing the potential for evil that can exist even in the most unexpected places. On March 2, 1969, a sleek, futuristic aircraft took to the skies for the first time. This was a momentous occasion in the history of aviation, marking the dawn of a new era. The Concorde, a supersonic passenger jet developed jointly by Britain and France, promised to revolutionize air travel. It was a marvel of engineering, designed to cut travel times drastically. Capable of traveling at twice the speed of sound, the Concorde could cross the Atlantic in under 3.5 hours. This was a significant leap forward, making the world feel smaller and more connected. Its maiden flight was a triumph of engineering and a symbol of technological progress. Engineers and aviation enthusiasts alike marveled at its capabilities and sleek design. The Concorde quickly captured the public imagination, becoming synonymous with luxury and the glamour of air travel. Celebrities and the wealthy flocked to experience its unparalleled speed and comfort. For over 3 decades, the Concorde ferried passengers across the Atlantic in style and comfort. Its interior was designed to provide a luxurious experience complete with fine dining and exceptional service. However, its high operating costs and a tragic crash in 2000 ultimately led to its retirement in 2003. The aviation world mourned the end of an era, as the Concorde was grounded for good. Though the Concorde's time in the skies was relatively short-lived, its legacy endures. It remains a powerful reminder of a time when the dream of supersonic travel became a reality, inspiring future innovations in aviation. In the autumn of 1969, a seemingly insignificant event took place that would have profound implications for the future. Researchers at UCLA sent the first message on ARPANET, a groundbreaking computer network that would evolve into the Internet. ARPANET was initially designed to connect researchers at different universities and government agencies. The first message, a simple LO, the system crashed before the full login could be sent, marked the birth of a technology that would transform communication. From this humble beginning, the Internet has evolved at an astonishing pace, connecting billions of people worldwide. The birth of the Internet in 1969 was a pivotal moment in human history, marking the beginning of the digital age. On November 10, 1969, a groundbreaking children's television program made its debut. This was a time when television was rapidly becoming a central part of family life, and children's programming was still in its infancy. Sesame Street, with its colorful cast of characters and innovative approach to learning, quickly captured the hearts and minds of children. It was unlike anything that had come before, blending entertainment with education in a way that was both engaging and effective. Created by Joan Gans Cooney and Lloyd Morrisett, Sesame Street was designed to reach children from all backgrounds. Their vision was to create a program that could bridge educational gaps and provide equal learning opportunities for all children, regardless of their socioeconomic status. The program utilized a unique blend of education and entertainment to teach children about letters, numbers, social skills, and more. Each segment was carefully crafted to be both fun and informative, ensuring that children were learning even as they were being entertained. Sesame Street featured a diverse cast of characters, addressed important social issues, and promoted tolerance and understanding. It was one of the first children's programs to include characters of different races and backgrounds, reflecting the diversity of the real world. The program's impact was immediate and profound, becoming a global phenomenon. It wasn't long before Sesame Street was being broadcast in countries around the world, reaching millions of children and making a lasting impact on early childhood education. Its innovative approach to early childhood education influenced countless other programs. Many children's shows that followed drew inspiration from Sesame Street's successful formula, incorporating educational content into their own programming. More than just a television show, Sesame Street became a cultural institution. its characters instantly recognizable, and its songs beloved by generations. The show's legacy continues to this day, proving that education and entertainment can go hand in hand. On June 22, 1969, the Cuyahoga River in Cleveland, Ohio caught fire. The image of a river ablaze shocked the nation and became a potent symbol of industrial pollution. The Cuyahoga River fire was a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked industrial pollution. The fire galvanized the nascent environmental movement, fueling public outrage and demands for stricter environmental regulations. It helped bring the issue of pollution to the forefront of national consciousness and spurred the passage of landmark environmental legislation. The Cuyahoga River fire was a turning point in the fight for environmental protection. Though the Cuyahoga River fire was a tragedy, it ultimately served as a catalyst for positive change, leading to significant improvements in water quality. Thank you for joining us on this journey through 1969. It was a year of immense change, of triumph and tragedy, of progress and setbacks. The events of 1969 continue to resonate, offering valuable lessons about the challenges we face and the possibilities that lie ahead. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical deep dives.